Can everyone hear me? Okay. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Monmouth County. My name is Ann Sherwood, and my pronouns are she and her. And I serve as the chair of the Sunday Morning Dialogue Committee. And boy, did we have an amazing dialogue this morning. It's about the unhoused people, and by a young man who's a freshman in college. And if anyone has ideas for dialogues or speakers that you would like me to contact, please feel free to reach out to me. It's a very lively time. So I'm also part of the Social Justice Committee. We don't have a chair at the moment, but I'd just like to mention that the day after the election, which is Wednesday, we are having a potluck so that we can all get together, no matter what the status, no matter what we know about the outcome. We want to get together and just celebrate the work that has gone on and get together and, hold each other up. So that'll be in the e-blast, or it has been. Okay, so whomever you are, whomever you love, however you've arrived at this place, you are welcome here. Our mission is to create community, transform ourselves, and transform the world. I draw your attention to the back side of your, I apologize, orders of service for announcements and service information for next week. And for those on the live stream and for video viewers, the order of service link is available to you in the YouTube service description box. This afternoon, please meet at 1:30 p.m. at the Red Bank Regional High School, which is at 101 Ridge Road in Little Silver, for a congregational photo before the beginning of the 44th Red Bank Crop Hunger Walk at 2 p.m. If you are new to us, please do visit our website, uucmc.org, where you can sign up to get all the latest news of the congregation by email. We look forward to getting to know you better. Please put your devices on silent as we enter into worship together. Welcome again to this place of love and hope.
Ours is a simple faith, life is a short embrace, heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till, make each day what you will, thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. There is no bell to hear, no judgment day drawn. is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Life is a simple thing. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
I'm the Reverend Dr. Craig Rubano, and I'm glad you're here with us, here in the Earth Room, or on the live stream, or having chosen this service from among our YouTube library. It's great to be together in what is a rare ability that a congregation has in this world, to be together in multi-generational community. This morning, we will have 2 story wisdom segments, because I think we all learn best if a story is attached to it. And we'll continue the month of October, in which our theme has been deep listening. This morning, we use the occasion of the 44th Red Bank Crop Hunger Walk to draw attention to something we may not have heard or want to hear. In every single county in the United States, Monmouth, Ocean, and Middlesex included, people face food insecurity. 1 in 6 Americans, 1 in 6, including 14 million children in this country, face food insecurity. Thank you for your food and your financial donations as part of this year's walk, and we do hope to see you at Red Bank High School this afternoon at 1:30. This is also United Nations Sunday, and the generosity of a congregant has provided us with 2 beautiful new flags, both the U.S. and UN flags. They're typically found in the East Room, but today on full display here in the Earth Room. The historic connection that both Unitarians and Universalists have with the United Nations goes back to the League of Nations Association, which gave rise to the UN's founding on October 24th, 1945. The Unitarian Universalist Association established an office at the UN in 1962, and in 2023, the UUA partnered with its sibling organization, the UU Service Committee, for a new level of advocacy, supporting the faith movement's efforts to advance human rights around the world. Each year, UUCMC allocates funds to support the ongoing work of the United Nations. Its work so vital right now in monitoring and helping to end ongoing conflicts in our shared world. In homage to that international spirit, our call to worship, with the word worship understood in its original meaning of a shaping concern for all that is of worth, comes to us from the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. I'll read an excerpt from his El Gran Mantel, the great tablecloth. I'll read it first in Spanish and then in my English translation. Comer solos es muy amargo, pero no comer es profundo, es hueco, es verde, tiene espinas, como una cadena de anzuelos que cae desde el corazón y que te clava por adentro. Tener hambre es como tenazas, es como muerden los cangrejos. Quema, quema y no tiene fuego. El hambre es un incendio frío. Sentémonos pronto a comer con todos los que no han comido, Pongamos los largos manteles, la sal en los lagos del mundo, praderas planetarias, mesas con fresas en la nieve y un plato como la luna en donde todos almorcemos. Por ahora no pido más que la justicia del almuerzo. Eating alone is very bitter, but not eating is deep. It's hollow. It's green. It has thorns, like a chain of hooks that falls from the heart and that nails you from within. Being hungry is like pincers. It's like crab's bite. It burns and has no flame. Hunger is a cold fire. Let's sit down soon to eat with all those who haven't eaten. Let's put out all the long tablecloths, put salt in the lakes of the world, set up planetary bakeries, tables with strawberries in the snow, and a plate like the moon from which we all eat. For now, I ask no more than the justice of lunch. Come, let us worship together.
As we light our chalice this morning, we remember that we are Unitarian Universalist, people of open minds, helping hands, and loving hearts. To have an open mind means to be curious and willing to learn about the world around us, including the realities of hunger in our communities. Our helping hands remind us that we can do something about it, whether by volunteering, sharing a meal, or offering support. And our loving hearts call us to respond with compassion, seeing every person as worthy of care and dignity. Together, we are called to help alleviate hunger and nurture hope wherever we can. As we light our chalice this morning, let's use our multigenerational chalice lighting words. We are Unitarian Universalist, the congregation of open minds, helping hands, and loving hearts.
I invite us to rise in body and our spirit to sing our opening hymn along with Just Folk. It's not in the hymnal, but it's on the screens and in a lot of your memories. If I Had a Hammer.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. I had a bell, I ring it in the morning, I ring it in the evening, all over this land. I ring out danger, I ring out warning, I ring out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over the land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land.
Uncle Willie and the Soup Kitchen is written and illustrated by Deanne DeSilvo Ryan. The story explores the curiosity that many of us have about what happens inside of a soup kitchen. Through the eyes of a young child, it gently answers questions like, what goes on at a soup kitchen? Who goes to a soup kitchen? And what it's like to help serve food to people in need. The story helps us understand that soup kitchens are not only places where people receive meals, but also communities that are built with everyone, where everyone is treated with dignity and kindness. I hear Uncle Willie yell, "Talk to me," as he picks me up outside of the school. I go down those steps like a house on fire, saying, "Race you to the corner," before taking off down the street. My Uncle Willie pretends to wobble on his string bean legs. He makes me laugh so hard that he gets to the corner before I do. It's Uncle Willie's job to keep an eye on me while my mom's at work. It's fine for me, and it's just fine for Uncle Willie, too. During the day, my Uncle Willie has another job, working at the soup kitchen while I'm at school. We've had a lot of people today. Spaghetti and meatballs, Uncle Willie says. Good thing the bakery truck stopped by to deliver extra bread. Uncle Willie checks his pocket and sprinkles the crumbs from the bread on the sidewalk. I reach in and pull out a paper telescope. Why do you work there anyway, I ask, eyeing him. It's important, Uncle Willie replies. Sometimes people need help. Way up the block, I hear the can man coming, his cart piled high with empty cans that he finds around the neighborhood. My mom says he cashes them in for money at the supermarket. Whenever I see him, he's usually pushing his cart in the street, but today he's on the sidewalk, headed straight for us. Let's go, I whisper, but I don't think that Uncle Willie hears me. Uncle Willie calls out to the man, "How's business, Frank?" "Ha! One more block and I'm done for the day," Frank shouts back. Uncle Willie picks up an empty can and tosses it into his cart. 2 points, Frank laughs, then hunches back over his cart, giving it a long push as I listen to the sound of those rattling cans as they fade away. "Since when do you know the can man?" I ask. "Since Frank came to eat at our soup kitchen," Uncle Willie says. "But why doesn't Frank eat at his own house? Doesn't he have a place to live?" Uncle Willie takes my hand and he swings it up and down. "I've never asked Frank where he lived. At the soup kitchen, you only need to be hungry." When Mom walks me to school the next morning, I see a woman sleeping on a park bench. She looks lonely. I'm feeling kind of sad. Mom says that there are a lot of lonely people these days. That's why she's proud of Uncle Willie, because he's doing something to help. I wonder what it's like inside of Uncle Willie's soup kitchen. He goes there almost every single day, but I've never been. Mom hands me my milk money. "Why don't you ask Uncle Willie if he'll take you on Monday? You've got the day off of school." Uncle Willie arrives, all set, bright and early on Sunday morning to pick me, or on Friday, Sunday, it's Monday. In this story, he picks him up because he's got the day off. The soup kitchen isn't far from where I live, but it feels like a long way. We pass the school and the supermarket, the bakery, the drugstore, and the laundromat. I am dragging my feet when we get to Mr. Anthony's store. Mr. Anthony comes out from the back with 2 brown, lumpy bags. "Chicken for the soup," he says. "Food for a feast," Uncle Willie grins. We wave goodbye and continue on our way. When we turn the corner, Uncle Willie points to a small brick building that looks old, kind of run down. "Here we are," he says. A woman opens a big white door. "Good morning, Shantana," Uncle Willie says. "A very good morning," she replies, smiling. "I see you've brought a helper today." I shake her hand and follow Uncle Willie inside. The soup kitchen is small and bright. The smell of the steaming soup fills the room. Look at the tables. They're just like my school lunchroom. Then I notice a high chair in the corner. "What's that for?" "Little children come here too," Uncle Willie explains. He introduces me to everyone. There's Underfoot, the cat who works the night shift in the basement, and Brother Mike, who opens the bags from Mr. Anthony's store, and George, he is the man washing dishes at the sink. If it wasn't for George, Uncle Willie says, we'd all be in hot water. Uncle Willie ties an apron on me, and we get to work. I watch him chop celery, tomatoes, and onions, passing them into the soup pots. He smiles and wiggles a carrot at me in my direction. "Perfect," he laughs. Shantana and I sort through fruit for the salad while Uncle Willie stirs the soup. Everything around me is big bowls of cheese, big cans, big baskets of bread. "Help yourself," Uncle Willie says. "Sit down and make yourself comfortable." I pour a little soup into a cup for Underfoot, and I eat a bowl of chicken and vegetable soup, my favorite. "What if there's not enough soup?" I ask. Uncle Willie waves his hands. It's like magic. There's always a little more. When I finish, I peek outside. A long line of people stretches from the soup kitchen door all the way to the corner. "Are all of those people homeless?" I whisper. Uncle Willie leans closer. "Some are, some aren't. If they're here, it means they're hungry, and we're here to fill them up." Soon, Brother Mike starts ladling soup. Shantana dishes out the fruit into cups. It's lunchtime. The big door swings open. People rush in, filling the room. Uncle Willie greets everyone, even Double Jim, who jokes about being twice as hungry. I watch as the line outside shrinks. I help George clear dirty dishes, and before I know it, the soup kitchen is quiet again. "Ready to go?" Uncle Willie says. We shake hands with everyone on our way out. Brother Mike holds the door for us and says, "Come back anytime." I holler as we leave, "Underfoot liked it too." On the walk home, Uncle Willie shows me a little counter that he had in his pocket. "We fed 121 people today," he says. I dribble an imaginary basketball. Fake, jump, and shoot. "Talk to me," Uncle Willie laughs, as I score 2 more points for the basket. This story about what goes on at a soup kitchen, this curiosity is normal. Just Last year, I volunteered as a chaplain for 6 months at a soup kitchen at Trinity Episcopal Saturday Soup. It was very much like this experience here in the story. And even as an adult, I went into that experience with a lot of questions of what it would be like and who would be there, and does everyone have a home to go to at night? What I learned is that everyone there that day was hungry. And everyone that was there on the days that I was at Trinity were served first and seconds and were filled up. They're creating a space where our dignity and worth can be acknowledged. And they're creating community. And don't we all need community in our lives? And so, the next time that you're thinking about volunteering and helping, I hope that you'll ask those questions of curiosity. Don't be afraid to ask them, because they're important questions. And sometimes when we don't ask them, they become barriers to going and helping and volunteering. And so, may we always be willing to help with our open minds, our helping hands, and our loving hearts.
Every week in this congregation, we are provided with an opportunity to practice generosity. This is your invitation to contribute to the well-being of our congregation and to our social justice partners through the good works of organizations which receive half of the monies collected each month. Our Share the Plate recipient for the month of October, is World Central Kitchen. Currently, their first response teams of chefs are in Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Mexico, Gaza, Lebanon, Israel, and Ukraine. Using the power of food to nourish the world, our contributions enable the World Central Kitchen to purchase the supplies they need to provide millions of meals around the world. So please give generously. For those of you present in the meeting house, the plates will be passed by the ushers. You may also join this time of generosity via text, send your offering by mail, or charge your contribution online with a memo designating an amount to World Central Kitchen. Please give generously.
no easy walk to freedom. Keep on walking and we shall be free. That's how we're gonna make history. No easy walk to freedom. No easy walk to freedom. Keep on walking and we shall be free. That's how we're gonna make history. You and me.
Good morning. It's Crop Walk Day. Yay! And I would really like to thank everyone who has joined the team, raised money, and/or gathered food donations. I especially want to thank Roseanne Geiselman. I don't know if she's here right now. She made a special collection in honor of her mother, Anna, and Roseanne has shared the very moving story of her mother's own experiences with food insecurity. That made me think, if, as recent estimates tell us, 1 in 12 people in Monmouth County is food insecure, that is, they are without a consistent, adequate supply of food, then all of us are likely to know at least one person who is or has been food insecure. Maybe we ourselves have experienced this. Back to some statistics. Nearly 1 million people in New Jersey are food insecure, and this includes over 250,000 children. A somewhat unique aspect of this issue in Monmouth County is our high cost of housing and other living expenses. We also have many areas where reliable public transportation is lacking. All of these factors create challenges for families trying to make ends meet. And federal income thresholds mean that more than half of those in need do not qualify for SNAP, WIC, and other benefits. According to the Asbury Park Press, 53% of food insecure Monmouth County residents fall into this confounding gap. Moreover, numbers are on the rise post-pandemic. Between 2023 and 2024, the amount of visitors to food pantries in Monmouth and Ocean counties nearly doubled. CROP, the Christian Rural Overseas Project, began in 1947 as a program for farmers in the Midwestern United States to share grain with those in need in Europe and Asia following World War II. The walk part of Crop Walk began in the late 1960s. Although at this point we've sort of outgrown the acronym, I find these dates and this long history both powerful and poignant. Poignant because they tell us that although root causes may differ, armed conflict, natural disaster, economic instability, climate change, to name just a few, food insecurity and water insecurity, for that matter, are not new phenomena. But there's also a sense of agency and power here because the long history of Crop Walk and other such efforts means that folks have shown up and continue to do so, quite literally for those who are walking 5 miles in Red Bank later today, or coming for the photo op. Red Bank Crop Walk works with 14 local partners, community organizations like Lunch Break and HabCorp, food pantries throughout Monmouth County, summer enrichment and early childhood education providers like Horizons and Monmouth Daycare. Last year, we collected 12,000 pounds of food, which went straight to our local partners, and we also collected $130,000, 25% of which stayed in our area and was distributed among those local partners. The rest of the money is used to support people here and abroad who are displaced, who lack clean water to drink, and who don't have enough food to eat. For example, in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, Community World Service, the parent organization of the Crop Walk, delivered 4,000 emergency cleanup buckets over 7,000 hygiene kits, and over 3,000 blankets to people in Florida and North Carolina. I first became involved with the crop walk because I thought it would be a fun and meaningful way for my kids and me to contribute to our local community. That was over a decade ago. We don't need to think in terms of decades, though, to recognize the persistent challenges we face, as evidenced by some of the more recent numbers I've just mentioned. And yet, through the Red Bank Crop Walk and UUCMC's other social justice efforts, we persist, working to build a world where there truly is, to quote the Crop Walk motto, enough for all. And to wrap up, I just want to mention that it's not too late. There's still time to sign up for the walk. We will accept food donations up until 2 p.m. or so today at Red Bank Regional High School. And you'll see there's a huge tent. You can just bring your donations right there. We have teams of volunteers who sort them, and then all the local partners roll up and collect their share. So it's really fun and exciting, a way to build community. And you can also donate money through the end of the year by using the link in the e-blast. And again, thank you to everyone who's already been so generous and so enthusiastic.
My mother, when love is gone, my mother, when love is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on.
My father, when peace is gone,
My Father, when peace is gone,
in our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour hope lingers here. My sister, when equality's gone, my sister, when equality's gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on.
my brother,
with tolerance gone, my brother, with tolerance gone,
In our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour hope lingers here. My love, when honor is gone, my love, when honor is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. My country, when freedom is gone, my country, when freedom is gone, in our darkest hour hope lingers on. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in our darkest hour hope lingers here. I will not hate, and I will not fear, in the darkest hour hope lingers here.
Our second story wisdom this morning comes from Lois Brandt, an author who thought she understood hunger from her time as a Peace Corps volunteer in Cameroon, West Africa. Then, while visiting a friend's house near her home in Washington State, she discovered she knew very little about hunger. This is Lois's book for all ages, Maddie's Fridge. When Sophia and Maddie played at the park, they stretched their toes to the sky. They climbed to the top of the ladder and flew off the end of the slide. They stayed until the buildings grew long shadows and even taxis stopped honking. "Let's play on the climbing wall," Maddie said. "No way," Sophia said. "I can't reach." "Yes way," Maddie scooted up to the top of the wall. "Your turn." Sophia put a foot on the bottom rock, grabbed it with one hand, and stretched, but she couldn't reach the next hold. Sophia's stomach growled. "I give up. Let's get a snack." "No way," Maddie said. "Let's stay here." "Yes way." Sophia ran to Maddie's building and raced up the stairs. "Wait," Maddie ran after her. Maddie was the best climber, but Sophia was the fastest runner. Sophia swung open the door of Maddie's fridge. "What do you got?" "We have milk," Maddie said. "I'm saving it for Ryan. He's still little." "Why doesn't your mom go to the store?" Sophia asked. We don't have enough money." "But what if you get hungry?" "But we have some bread," Maddie said. "I guess I'll go home to eat," Sophia said. "Please, don't tell anyone," Maddie said. "Okay, promise?" "I promise." Sophia ran home past the bookstore and the grocery store. The sun went down behind the buildings and took all the colors with it. "Good timing," Mom said. "Dinner's almost ready." Luis was wrestling on the floor with Pepito. Sophia opened the refrigerator door. Pepito peeked inside. Sophia's fridge was full of milk and eggs and tortillas and cheese and lettuce and jam and salsa and tofu and even a half a can of dog food. "Here you go," Mom said. Sophia and Luis each had a plate of fish and rice. Mom had a plate of fish and rice. Even Pepito had his bowl of dog food with a little bit of fish and rice. Maddie and Ryan, on the other hand, only had some bread and a small carton of milk. Sophia couldn't tell Mom. She had to keep her promise to Maddie. "Not fish again," Louise said. "I want cheesy pizza bombs." "Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat," Mom said. "Fish is a good source of protein." "Is fish good for kids?" Sophia asked. "Yes," Mom smiled. "Fish is perfect for kids." That night, Sophia had an idea. "Yuck," Maddie said the next day. "Oh," Sophia said, "double yuck. Fish may be good for kids, but fish is not good for backpacks." After school, Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia got there first, of course, but Maddie scrambled past her to the top of the wall. Sophia stretched and stretched. "Keep trying," Maddie said. "You'll get it." "I can't. It's too high." That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom had burritos. Pepito had his dog food with a little bit of burrito and no salsa. Maddie and Ryan, on the other hand, still had an empty fridge. Sophia wished she hadn't promised Maddie. Are burritos good for kids?" Sophia asked. "Burritos are very good for you," Mom said. "Not as good as cheesy pizza bombs are a treat," Mom said. "You should pay attention to nutrition like your sister." Well, the next morning, Sophia put 2 burritos in her backpack along with tortillas, beans, cheese, and even some milk. "No thanks," Maddie said. "You haven't even looked," Sophia said. "Is it fish?" Maddie asked. "No." "Is it gross?" "I don't know." Maddie shook the backpack. Something sloshed. "Let's look together. 1, 2, 3, go." Well, turns out burritos are good for kids and good for backpacks too. "Do you want some milk?" Sophia asked. Thanks, Maddie said, but I'll save the milk for Ryan. Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won, as usual, and tried to climb. You can do it, Maddie said. Take my hand. Woohoo! I made it to the top, Sophia shouted. We're the tallest kids in the park, Maddie said. Thanks for helping me, Maddie. I couldn't do it alone. Maddie shrugged. That's what friends are for. After they finished playing, Sophia walked home past the bookstore and the grocery store. Her own fridge was full of milk and juice and chicken and yogurt and bread and carrots and even a half can of dog food. She thought and thought and thought. Maddie's fridge had 2 tortillas, a cup of beans, a bit of cheese, and a little more milk than before. Sophia didn't want to break her promise, but she couldn't help Maddie alone. Sophia told. She hoped Maddie wouldn't be mad. I'm glad you told me, Mom said. Let's see what we can do together. They loaded grocery bags with milk, flour, chicken, carrots, sugar, oil, and even frozen meat and vegetables. Luis pulled his package of cheesy pizza bombs out of the freezer. He thought and thought and thought some more. Then he put his cheesy pizza bombs in Maddie and Ryan's bag. For a treat, he said. At Maddie's apartment, the moms talked. Luis and Ryan played. Sophia and Maddie ran to the park. You broke your promise, Maddie said. I'm sorry, Sophia said. Are you mad? A promise is important, Maddie said. You're more important, Sophia said. I wanted you to have milk too. Maddie smiled. Are we still friends? Sophia asked. Always, Maddie said. Double always, Sophia said. Cheesy pizza bombs, Luis yelled. Their moms made cheesy pizza bombs for a treat. Sophia and Maddie raced up the stairs. Sophia slowed down so they could run together. That's what friends are for. Our author, Lois Brandt, reminds us that hunger can be right around the corner. 1 in 5 American kids is at risk of having an empty fridge, like Maddie. If you see that a friend never brings a snack or lunch to school, tell a parent or a trusted adult. And when you invite a friend over, offer them some fruit and a glass of milk. You can even make them cheesy pizza bombs. The recipe is at maddiesfridge.com, for those who wonder what a cheesy pizza bomb is. I did. Also on that website are a lot of ideas for combating food insecurity, like donating food to food banks and to food drives, like today's Red Bank Crop Hunger Walk. The more we talk about empty refrigerators, the fewer there will be. And so I invite us to rise in body and or spirit to sing our closing hymn. It's number 1018 in the teal hymnal, but you don't need them. There's only a couple words. Come and go with me. The words will be on the slide. And Just Folk, thank you so much for your music today. They will accompany us for the final hymn as well. Our closing words of benediction come from Deborah Smith, Secretary of the Board of Governance of the Boise, Idaho UU Fellowship. This is addressing all hungers. We are hungry. We are eating our daily bread and bowing our heads, and yet we are hungry.
We are thanking the farmer and the farm worker, and yet we are hungry.
We are speaking in spaces for food that is healthy, and still we are hungry.
We are tiring of slogans that say, feed the children, and mean, feed the children leftovers.
We are hungry for something that feeds more than bodies. We are hungry for help.
Help us, O you who apportion the funds. Find in your hearts the children who you were, who would share with a friend, free and friendly. Lead us not into meanness.
For we are hungry. We want the loaves and the fishes, the water and the wine of sweet justice for all.
We are hungry.
Let us go in peace to bless and feed the world.